New Year to everyone. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year to you. Good evening, everybody. What I want to do for this first week of January, I do want to do a lecture on Desaline, but today I want to share something light. I want to do what you can call an artist talk. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. The artist is much a separate entity from the persona. Last year, 2018, I had the humorous, I had the pleasure of listening to Janet Hubert. When I was listening to Janet Hubert, because she's a trained artist, she and I had something in common. And I heard saying about these new artists coming to the scene and not understanding the cost and the price of art. Good evening, everyone. Share the audio, give it thumbs up. Happy New Year to you all. This evening, I'm going to speak to you in what you can call artist talk. I'm going to speak to you as an artist. As I was listening to Janet Hubert voice her displeasures on these new artists coming on the scene. Happy New Year, Didio. Happy New Year, Bibin. Happy New Year, Mr. Lynch. Happy New Year to you all on YouTube. Thank you for giving thumbs up. Zoiseau Noir. Happy Independence to you as well, Zoiseau Noir. Welcome to and more artist talk, just to speak to you on the form of an artist. As I was listening to Janet Hubert, I shared her displeasure because I know what it means for an artist to train. The biggest part, the biggest pleasure of the journey of an artist should be the training part of it. Because that is where you will learn your capacity, and that is where you will learn the value of your own career. You will learn your weaknesses. That is where you will learn your strength. And if you are doomed for superstardom, from there on, from that base, you should shoot forward. An artist is a brave individual. An artist, sometimes artists, they have ugly sides. And beyond the ugly, we can find a layer that is so pure that Mother Nature has endowed that human to share his or her art with the entire world at large. That is my definition of an artist. Beyond the gift that God has given you as an artist, it is your right to develop your art so that you may honor the gift that God has given you. It is never it is never so, I would say, the word I could use here, it is not recommended in the world of artistry for you to come in as a new artist and go below development and claim artistry. We artists, us artists, we are always welcoming the artist because we know it's a tough world. Being an artist is a tough world, like Janet Hubert testified. I have watched other fellow artists go through it. I have done it. I've gone through it. I remember when I was learning Haitian folklore, because my dance base was not Haitian folklore. And so I became interested. I said to myself, I need to learn my own traditional dance forms, and I will devote money and I will devote time. So when you are an artist, it is not a big deal to devote time and money to develop your craft. So when I was learning Haitian folklore, a lot of people laugh at me because the core of Haitian folklore is in the rhythm of it all, and I had not gotten it. And because I had not gotten it, other artists who had gotten it, they laughed, and it was their right to laugh at me. Why not? I deserved it. I didn't know. And because I didn't know, I didn't take it personally. I just said to myself, well, keep on dancing, you'll get it. I don't know what you've been told. I don't know what you've been told. I don't know what you've been told. Keep on dancing and you'll never grow old. So we keep on dancing. And that is the cost of the art. We pay the price so we can keep on dancing. We pay the price so we can keep on filming. We pay the price so we can keep on speaking. We pay the price so we can keep on painting. We pay the price for art. And we gladly do so because that is what artists do. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. Welcome to my Artist Talk. You may subscribe to my YouTube channel. You may like my Facebook page, share the live, and thumbs up the live. This is good stuff I'm sharing this evening because what's happening right now, especially in my Haitian community, we have an invasion. Is a minor version happened in the African American community. So you have art versus popularity. And it is art versus popularity. And we, the artists, we were already losing. We, the artists, we were already losing to the majors. And when I say majors, what do I mean? Any artist who's interested in developing and taking your art to stardom, you know those terminologies, the major labels, they are in all platforms. You have the major literary publishers for me. You have your HarperCollins. Okay, you have your Simon Schusters. Those are the majors for me. If you are a singing artist, if you are a vocal artist, then your majors, they are your Vivendi, yeah, your Vivendi, Universal Vivendi. That's your majors, you know, your Disney. That's your majors in that format. We all have our majors. And so the introduction of social media became a platform for independent artists to release. It became a platform for independent artists to challenge the majors and to peak, regardless of major challenges. What were the major challenges? The majors, they have a system in place. And a lot of us independent artists and a lot of us talented, super dope artists like me, we could not surface the majors on our terms. It wasn't a matter of talent, it was a matter of respect. We wanted to hold on to our art, but we didn't want our art to destroy us. We didn't want to become slaves to our art because we do the art for pleasure and we do it to share with the public at large. We do it because we love it. We do it because it's part of us. When you're an artist, you breathe art. And so, in the introduction of social media, it was an opportunity for working, and the terminology here that you have to also understand is the term working artist. If you're a working artist, that means you craft your art daily. When you're a working artist, if you're a writer, you write every day. If you're a singer, you train every day. You do vocal training every day. If you're a painter, you paint every day. So the introduction of social media for us independent artists was great. But it also became our demise because now we have to deal with popularity versus artistry. And the people who are challenging the artist, they don't have enough morality to understand what we were already going through. When you're an artist, you don't make a lot of money. If you are looking at the artists you see on TV and you are judging art just on that, you are very lost. That is just a very low percentage of people, and we use the terminology, who make it. For the rest of us are still committing to our art regardless of financial challenges, social challenges, and the challenges, like I stated before, of the majors, of media, major media like NBC, ABC, CBS, all eyes on us. And so, There are rules to this game. There is never going to be a time where an artist is not going to welcome you as an artist. It's always welcome. But then the common understanding is that after we give you that dap, you go and develop your craft. You have artists like Cardi B. Let's take example as in the game of rap. The rap game, they call it. You have an artist like Cardi B. She comes on social media. She finds, I would say, agents of destruction of art to endorse her to a level of popularity where if you don't keep your mind straight, you will start singing her lyrics. You will start mouthing her lyrics. Those people rob art. And they use art to promote just a deranged lifestyle. That is just one challenge that we, the real artists, we have to face daily. I'm going to give another example. Because sometimes, as artists, we have to defend artistry against popularity. I remember when I was taking ballet lessons, and ballet teachers, they always have stories. And a lot of times the stories that your ballet teachers will tell you will be stories to teach you how to defend your art, to teach you what other people did to defend their own art. And you should never shy away from standing up for your art. So there's a common story in the world of ballet where ballerinas, they grind glass. And when I say grind, they take glass, it could be from a bottle, a flute, whatnot. They take the glass, grind it, and put it in the point of other ballerinas. So when you go on point and you go to do that pirouette, that piqué, your big toe, which is your most important tool, it grinds in that glass, and you may be having to sit down for a few days. People go to the farthest limit to defend their art. And if you're a popular figure, you'll never get it. The American community and the Haitian community is so major because the Haitian community doesn't have enough money to distance the popular people from the artists. And it doesn't have enough money to recompense, meaning to pay the artist so as to value an artist where the artist may distance from the popular people. So basically, you have a community, you have a nation where art does not generate even 2% of an artist's yearly living. So the artist is just left to strive on love. And you strive on love for years and years, and here comes a popular figure who's just popular. And for he or she, it just may be a hobby. But for you, art is a commitment. And they jeopardize your art. And they jeopardize the integrity of art. And you watch it. And the artist becomes a powerless figure. And when art has power, it becomes a destruction. When the songs and the music has power to reach thousands of people, the message it spreads is not even honorable to art. Another good example is a recent happening with Tiffany Haddish, another greedy agent. Because Tiffany Haddish has the majors behind her, but she doesn't have talent. She's not an artist. She copies, she mimics. When you copy well and you mimic well, does not make you an artist. So you have Tiffany Haddish here, and she has the majors, meaning that she has major media. You'll see her on NBC, you'll see her on you see her big Netflix deal. But can she prove her art? We do see her popularity. She's with Netflix. She's all over the tele screen. But can Tiffany Haddish back up that popularity and prove to us, real comedian, real artists, that she's up there? Is she up there with Monique? Is she up there with Cat Williams? Of course not. And it will become a time where you have to prove your artistry and match it with the popularity. And if the people do not demand that of you, the people are cowards. The people do not know the difference between art and popularity. The people do not honor art. And forever, we the real artists, we have always lived in the undercurrent of society. Because only a few people, and the people who admire art were always part of the elite class. And so it's not surprising that the mass would focus on popularity and not artistry. So I do not hesitate to speak for my art and for the art of others like me who are honest, moral, working artists. And we do it because we have to, because it's in us. And if we don't do art, we don't live. This is not a hobby for us. This is not a perhaps chance. It's not a marketing scam. It's not a popularity, like popularity movement. It is what we do. We are the movement, and art moves within us. And so I thank you all this evening for listening to my artist talk. The proof is in the pudding, eh? And so Tiffany Haddish just proved what I said about her and what Cat Williams repeated after me. When you have an artist that has popularity, sooner or later, your own popular machine may also drop you because you cannot keep up what they ask you to do. So sooner or later, even if you have NBC endorsement, ABC endorsement, you still have to develop something. You got to give the public something. Sooner or later, the public will ask you for art. So even though the mass of people who may not be so well educated, even though they may join a wagon of popularity, but they will also be the same people to ask for art. So art lives on. And we, the artists, we serve art, and art lives within us, like I said. So this is not a situation where truth has to fight logic. We don't need that. Happy New Year to everybody. I sincerely hope you learned a lot from this artist talk. Okay? Happy New Year. You deserved it.